G'day guys, welcome back. There's always a lot of talk about how long do you hang a deer for? 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks? Well, I found out the hard way how long is too long to hang a deer. So I'm going to talk about that, but before we get into that, I'll take you on the hunt.
I'm Brent. For me, hunting and fishing is not just about the harvest of an animal. It's about the challenge. It's about the adventure. It's about mateship. It's about getting outdoors where I feel most alive. This is Breno's Outdoors.
We drove into the front paddock of this property and there's not normally deer there, but this day there was 2 deer in the front paddock. Now before everyone starts giving me a hard time about shooting deer under headlights and that, this wasn't a hunt, this was a harvest. I haven't had meat for a very long time, and when those 2 deer showed up in that front paddock and it was in the headlights, there was no hesitation. I took one of those deer for meat. We'll come back to that deer in a minute, but let's go see if we can get another one while we're here.
We got there's like 6 deer down in the paddock. There's a good one, but he's further away. We'll might have to settle for the one a bit closer, but we're probably gonna have to crawl through the paddock to get to it.
Another mob of gullies is down in this gully here. They've just come out moving towards that buck. Now these ones are up now.
There's deer everywhere, but they're onto us. The wind's terrible, it's going straight downhill. We've already spooked a mob over there. There's another mob over here, but there's this wind. We're gonna have to try and go right down and come back, get downwind and come back up.
We couldn't get the wind right. Those deer were onto us, and they were out of there. So we headed towards the back paddocks to see if we have any more luck. As well as being deer on this property, there's also rabbits, foxes and hares as well. So most times we try and carry 22 just for when they turn up. Here you see Jay's, he spotted a hare, he's tracking down this hare. The hare sort of runs a bit, takes a turn, goes around a corner, and then somehow this hare manages to turn into a deer. So he drops a 22, grabs a 30-06 off his back, and now he's ready to shoot this deer.
Missed, did I?
I think so.
Really?
Found a cow skull.
Alright, let's get back to the deer I shot earlier.
So I'd shot that deer before sunrise and managed to quarter it and get it hanging in a tree before the sun had even come up, and the meat had started to cool down, and just to get that heat out of the meat. Come back to it in a couple of hours, it had cooled off really nicely. We chucked it in an esky with a few ice bricks and got it home that same day, chucked it in the fridge, and basically the preparation was perfect. I was looking good. I was looking forward to how good this deer was going to taste. I'd heard good things about hanging deer for longer periods of time. I decided I was going to try and hang this deer for 3 weeks just to see how it turned out. The only problem was I didn't check the temperature of my fridge. I was checking on the deer all the time, and at 2 weeks I checked it and it was fine, everything was looking good. At 2 weeks and 5 days I checked it again, opened the fridge, and the smell hit me like a ton of bricks. I'd lost the whole lot. All 4 legs had gone off, and it was devastating. I can't tell you how hard it was to throw all 4 legs in the bin. A whole deer wasted. It was, especially because I'd done everything right prior to that, and I was really looking forward to how good and tender this deer was going to be. But I suppose we learn from our mistakes, and that's what this video is about, just to help you guys to not make that same mistake. So in conclusion, I think if I had had the temperature right in that fridge, it would have been fine to hang the 3 weeks. But I would never go any longer than 3 weeks, even if you did have the temperature right. I think the best thing to do is hang it for 2 weeks. Even if you do have an issue like I did and your fridge isn't set quite correctly, after 2 weeks it'll still be fine. So there you go guys, I think that's the magic number. Hang your meat for 2 weeks and you should never have a problem. Thanks for watching guys, see you on the next one.